everyone. My name is Dejanae Gore. Today we'll be discussing social psychological research and the Christian faith with the focal point on the Stanford Prison Project, as well as, in my case, Noah's Ark, which is the event that I chose as an immoral act that happened in the Bible. One of my favorite things to read about is one of my favorite things to write about and teach about. So I thought that would be perfect for this particular discussion. So I chose just to give some small details about the experiment, just the overall of what was going on. As we all know, it took place on the campus of Stanford University, which is located in Northern California. It's actually a very high-rated school, very prestige institution. That's, like I said, located in Northern California. It was overlooked by Professor Zimbardo, which is also a very intelligent professor, very respected professor. I actually did some background research on him as well, and disregard the experiment. He was actually a favorite in the psychology department. So the act in the Bible that I chose was Noah's Ark. It's really funny that we were assigned to pick an immoral act in the Bible, because the one that I picked actually took place and was done by God. And I thought that was pretty unique, because we know God is our protector, and He wouldn't do any harm or anything like that. But at this particular time, God was upset, and He assigned this project to Noah. Well, I wouldn't say project, but He assigned this to Noah to build this ark, put his family on there, and take 2 of each animal, because He was going to destroy the world with via flood. So for my comparing, they were both put to the test. Noah was put to the test to see if he could build this ark and get it done. God gave him 7 days, or He told him 7 days before the flood was going to happen. And these people that were picked for the experiment were also put to the test. It both times made them show what they were capable of. Noah building this ark, these people surviving in this jail, whether you were a guard or a prisoner, it made your full potential come out. It made you show what you were and were not capable of. For both of them, specific people were involved. God picked Noah, and Professor Zimbardo picked specific candidates after their screening and their application process and everything like that. For both of them, we did not know what the outcome was going to be. Noah did not know when he got on that ark what the actual outcome would be, as well as the experiment. No one knew quite what would happen at the end of all of that. And another good thing about both of these is everyone did survive. There was no deaths in neither one of them. The prison experiment, everybody walked out alive. When discussing human behavior and both the experiment as well as my event in the Bible, what I think the common denominator is your strength. I would also say your weaknesses as well. The reason I'm focusing on strength is because in both of these situations, you do not know what you are capable of until it is your only choice but to practice that particular thing. For instance, in the prison experiment, those people did not know that they were strong enough to handle such hostile environment and all of the events they were doing and all of the mean things that the guards were putting them through. Besides the two people that had to leave early, the rest of those prisoners, they withheld that and they stood through that, and they So for this slide, we're going to discuss how can faith guide our morality. The one example I wanted to use for this was a movie that I watched called Hacksaw Ridge. I recently watched it for the first time. I was crying like a baby. If you've ever seen it, I'm sure you can relate. But he had a set of morals, a very strong set of morals, and he stuck to them. He did not know if it was going to work out good or bad for him, but he never gave up on his morals. He stuck with them. He stayed with them, and it actually did work out for him in the end. He kept his faith, and I think his faith absolutely guided his morality, and I think it does for everyone else. Because sometimes we're in situations where it's like you may want to go against your morals, or people may want you to go against your morals, but you are so firm on them, you don't, and you The question was, do we think the outcome would have been different if if they would have based if the principal investigator operated on faith-based principles? And for this one, I do not. And the reason I'm saying I do not is because I think it would have been completely different. I don't think this experiment would be anything like it was. I believe Professor Zimbardo put a lot of thought into this, and he executed exactly how he should have to get the results that he was looking for. Professor Zimbardo was looking to see how good people act in evil places. And with faith-based principles, you just wouldn't have got that you wouldn't have got that outcome, because the experiment would have been completely different. I think, as contradicting as it may sound, I think what he did was exactly right to get the answer that he